Hello! Is that right? Welcome back. My name is Trev, I'm the Geordie GM, and these are the players, the heroes, if you want to call goblins heroes. Here they are. Why don't you introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Josh, and I'm playing Nilwug, the Druid Goblin.
Hi, I'm Shauna. I'm playing Tagger Pigwiggle, who enjoys making teeth crispies for Blasbo.
I'm Curly. I'm playing the Goblin Artificer Grub and Party Chef.
I'm Jake, playing Fugugg, the weird hunter goblin. Ranger.
I'm Steve. I'm playing Bugwug, and I smell like piss. Either in-game or out, and you decide.
I'm Jim. I'm playing Blasbo, Incubant Booyarg, Blithering Idiot.
Right, now if you could introduce your characters, that would be great. Right.
Got him!
Right. Aha! Recap. What happened last time? Well, what happened last time was it was what can only be described as incompetence on an amazing level that makes it seem competent on how to storm a village and kind of get away with killing the ruler of it. Sort of. That's in a nutshell, anyway. However, after all that frivolity was done, our guys and gals went down into the cellar and found out all sorts of lovely, wonderful. There was potions and boxes and crates, and there was a secret door that Nilwug found, and he went nope because he saw some dead bodies in there and just pretty much closed the door behind him as he left. Lots of crates. So he sat on these crates, was prompted to destroy a couple of them off the fungus spore that lives in his head that talks to him on a regular basis, called Cody. Honestly, it's not weird. Anyway, some of these crates were broken, and a very fine white powdery dust permeated the atmosphere, and all of our goblins fell asleep. I say all of them. Fugugg, the ever strange, is upstairs in the main chamber, fashioning some flaming arrows. So we will cut to him. So, Fugugg, you hear the sound of bodies falling. Now, you recognize this sound. Don't ask me how you recognize it. You just know. You can make some of that crap up if you wish, right? But you recognize this sound, and it is coming from where your family is from, downstairs in the cellar. What do you do? You're in the middle of creating your arrows.
Okay, I'm glad you told me that I've heard that, because if I hadn't, before I even knew that had happened, obviously out of character, I was just going to set the place on fire. So I'm glad you told me I heard that. I'll sort of take all the arrows that I've fashioned so far, put them into my quiver, and just sort of leave all the raw materials I've been just scattering across the floor where they are. Get some regular arrows knocked into my bow. Actually, no, I'll get out my short swords instead.
Okay.
And I want to try and sneak down the stairs and keep an eye on and look out for anything that may have hurt my friends.
Let's see how stealthy you can be. Make a stealth check. First roll of the evening. This sets the standard for everyone, and it's Jake. So
Yep, of course.
Absolutely, that is a natural one. Critical failure. Excellent. So you have your short swords and you creep up close and you bang one of your swords against one of like a chest of drawers that is pushed up against one of the walls. Nobody would have heard that. So you step a little further and you scrape the sword up with the back of one of the armchairs that's on the other side of you. And no one will have heard that. And as you get to the top of the stairs, and you can see as you are looking down, because it goes down so far and then it turns very sharply to the right and then out of sight. And as you get there, you see this white It's almost like a mist down there. What do you do?
Okay. I'm gonna roll myself an intelligence check
I
before I
love it.
decide what I'm gonna do.
It's going to be a 1. Oh, it's just as good almost. It's a
Okay.
6.
I'm gonna head down the stairs.
Okay, you head on down the stairs. You get to the bend and you turn, and you can see out as far as your dark vision will allow. You see Tago and Blasbo at the bottom of the stairs because they were having, well, they were entertaining themselves with the body of the magister that lived here. Further back, you see the edges of some crates and some like a red glow and a green glow coming from off the side. You can't see anyone else.
Seeing Blasbo lying there, I'll sort of giddishly kind of jump and sort of clap, and I'll look around for Bugwug so I can tell him we've been successful.
Yes. Make a perception check as you head on down the stairs to see if you can locate Bugwug, your partner in crime and chief overthrower and future leader of the Pigwiggle clan. Well, you do find him. He also is unconscious. He's next to one of the desks that have... This one has a red glow to it.
I'm gonna run in to try and wake up Bugwug first of all.
Okay. You run straight over to Bugwug, and this is what happens next. You are transported to this other place. You can't identify where this place is. You definitely can't remember how you got here, but here it is. But it is very bright. Your goblin eyes can cope. It's bright, it's white, it's practically glowing, but it doesn't hurt your eyes. And there, you hear a cough coming from behind you.
Turn around with my short swords ready.
Nilwug is there. Nilwug, you have just arrived in this white place. Fugugg is standing right in front of you. The stuff got up into your throat. Didn't bother you before. You just thought you'd give it a good cough. And here you are.
I'll give another cough and spit on the ground.
Right, you try to give a good hockaloogie. There's nothing. Nothing's coming out. You are parched, but you don't feel parched, but you are parched, but yet this is a weird place.
I'll look at Fugugg and be like, where are we?
I'm just gonna look around myself and just shrug.
And as you shrug, there is a pop. And Tago, you have arrived in this now white place with your 2 family members right here.
I just start looking round and running round the room, looking round to see what I can see.
As you run towards, in whatever circuitous pattern that you decide, you do not come across any walls at all. But you do pop right in front of you, run straight into Bugwug, who has just appeared right in front of you. And you crash into each other and you fall to the floor.
Ah! What were you doing?
What were you doing? You ran into me!
I was trying to find out where we are.
Stand aside! And I'll stand back up and look around.
I just glare at him after him saying, stand aside.
As you look around, Bugwug, you feel this pressure wave come to you. It's coming from your right as you are looking, and as you turn your head to face where this pressure wave is coming from, you see Blasbo sort of materialize feet first and into being.
Is this Booyog? Booyog! What is the Booyog in play here? It's crazy that we call the person who does Booyog a Booyog. It might get a little complicated, but what is the Booyog in play here? Not Booyog you, but the Booyog around. What is that?
Let me see here, and I'll give it a good look around.
As you look around, you can see way off in the distance a wall of white, but there is a single point in the distance of dark green. Grub. You are in this big white area, but way off in the distance you see several dark points of green.
Before I investigate the green, do I have my cauldron?
You have everything with
Oh.
you.
Soup, and I'll just stick a ladle in and give it a little slurp.
It
and then...
tastes amazing. It tastes
Like
different.
always.
It tastes different from the batch that you made that should be in here. This tastes phenomenal.
Perhaps the strange powder has increased its flavor.
It certainly is possible. And as you are thinking about that strange powder, you see sort of snowflakes of this strange powder glistening. So do yous at the other end of wherever it is that you are.
Do you perhaps think that this powder could be flammable and used to burn down the house?
A superb idea, Bugwug. Let us spread out and seek flame.
As Blasbo says, seek flame. You know where you can get some. Bugwug. It's right here, and you just hold up a stick. You don't remember picking the stick up. You don't know where it came from, but there is a flame attached to it.
Behold, brethren! Flames!
You can conjure flames?
No, I found this.
Where?
Here.
Just look around. Is there any fire? Is there any wood?
Are you looking as you turn and you look for fire? Yes, there is loads of fire. As you see it just pops up. There is fire, and then you go wood, and then all of a sudden there are piles of wood. There are some that is whittled. There are some logs. There's a tree. There's a mass of wood there. All of a sudden.
Behold my arcane powers!
It's at this point. You feel this draw. It's just an urge at the moment. It is you want to go that way. You can't explain it. You just have the urge to go over there.
I just start going. If that just immediate. I want to go over there. All right, let's do it. Start moving.
All right, okay. As you start moving, and you
we goblins are creatures of impulse. I also will be just. Oh, what's that way?
if everybody is going, then
Follow the pack.
okay, you head on that direction, and you are heading towards the small green bit. The woods has gone. So has the flame.
You dropped it somewhere.
And Grub, your urge was to head towards the others. And you do get closer, you do recognize each other over a distance. And then you get maybe 300 feet, and that urge becomes very important.
Sprint. I sprint.
Yeah. Go from like casual waddle to just like full on.
It's like romance movie on a beach where two sides run towards the other.
We will. The camera comes back, revealing all heading towards each other, and we go into slow mo. As Grub, you do the slow motion, and if only you had a swimsuit, it would, fab. And for the briefest of moments, you are not aware of who you are yourselves. This urge to get to wherever it is that you are going is the everything about you, about the world, about the universe. There is nothing else that exists, not even yourselves. And as you get close to each other, you don't even slow down, and you crash into each other. You don't fall, you don't injure yourselves or anything like that, but the whole of this white area goes completely dark. And each and every one of your minds is filled with images of memories that definitely are not your own. One is of a blonde human woman in a lot of pain. You share that pain, you feel it. For the click of her fingers, at the moment, like a click of her fingers, you understand the pain, but that understanding is gone. You realize that this is kind of important, but you have no idea why. Again, another one, another image. This one is of a small boy, maybe a small elven boy. A human boy. Maybe about 6 years old. Again, pain, horrific, horrible pain. And another one. This one is a gnome elderly gentleman. And another, that one's a bugbear. There is an orc. There are races. There is an Aarakocra. There every race that you can possibly think of. Every single one of them. The only thing that they have in common is that their last moments were in great pain. And they are being torn away from something. Your eyes open, and you are back in the cellar. The mist and the dust has now settled, creating a fine powder all around this entire basement. You each notice that none of the powder has settled upon yourselves. Interesting. Now, I will let the audience know that off camera last week, I asked my characters to roll some dice for me. And I have the results yet. It's one of the few things that I have actually written down because I wouldn't have been able to remember it otherwise. I would also like, when I ask you to roll a d4 for me, because this is kind of... this could be quite interesting. Right, so... Fugugg, can you roll a d4 for me, please?
Certainly can.
Yes, please. It is a 3. Right, okay. Tago, could you do yours? Right. Right, I'm just going to leave it for them at the moment, because this will be the most noticeable out of all of them. Fugugg and Tago, you each rolled a 6 on your d6 that I asked you to roll. Your charisma scores increase by the number rolled permanently. However, you will know this. You don't know why you know. It's just instinctive. You can turn this power on once a day, and it will last for 1 hour.
Is the power to increase the score?
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Now, you game mechanics wise, your maximum stat that you can get is increased by that. So it's not capped at 20, and then after that is magic. No, that is now 23 for Fugugg and 24 for Tago.
So for 1 hour a day, I can become a little bit more likable.
Yes, I thought that was really funny when you were rolling.
How
Right.
do you do that on fantasy ground? Sorry.
We can sort that out for what used to are required for what you's needed for. It's not massively important at the moment.
True.
Right now that Jim is back, sorry,
Very sorry about that. Small
Blazball,
boys.
that's okay. Righty. We can do the rest. So, Blazball, Nilwug, Grub, and Bugwug, can you all roll your d4, please? Righty, so let's go down that list. Nilwug, your constitution is what you got, will increase by what you have rolled, which is 1, unfortunately. Kinda sucks. That also is for 1 hour a day. That's what all of these will be, for 1 hour a day when activated. Okay. Righty. Bugwug. You rolled a 1 on yours. That's your strength. So the most useful thing for a fighter. So your strength has
Just me
increased
just
by
fine.
3 for 1 hour. Now, when you use this, make sure you let us know, because this is going to be fun narrating this. This is great. Right, Grub, you got Dex. Yeah, +2 to your Dex. Blazbo, you got Con. +3 on your Con. Now, any hit points that you get...
3.
Yes, you rolled a... no, sorry, Blazbo 1. Sorry, big pardon. I was looking at the wrong one.
Just checking.
Just the 1. Beg your pardon. My bad. Right. Now, this change that you have undergone, it feels kind of fun. Feels nice. It feels... Oh, if only you had a bit more from somewhere, maybe.
Grub once ate some swamp mushrooms that made him feel something slightly similar to this, I think. And he's just... Can I make a check to sort of determine where this has come from? I mean, I feel like it's quite obvious to me, but we're goblins.
Right, okay. Make a... Oh, let's see. I tell you what, just do an investigation check. Righty. Ooh, 22, wonderful. Right. It would certainly stand to reason that the powder definitely has something to do with this, but what that powder is, you would have to try and figure that out. Now, there is equipment and things down here if you would like to try, you certainly can. You're not sure how long it would take you, but you can certainly give it a go.
I mean, if we think it's the powder, then yeah, brethren, this newfound vigor we are feeling, I believe it is to do with this dust here. And I'm gonna lean down on the floor and I'm gonna give it a lick. Why not? Just gonna lick the floor.
Right.
Is it still raining like snowflakes as well?
No.
No.
No,
Okay.
that was just inside that odd place that you visited. As you give it a lick, it tingles. Now, being an artificer, goblin or not, you do recognize this tingle. This is the kind of tingle that you momentarily feel when magic is used. Specifically, arcane magic.
I'll keep licking like a dog lapping up water.
Right, okay. You lick your way across the floor. This reminds me of that well, I don't know if I can say the brand or not, beer advert where the woman has the can and is traipsing it all around the house and the husband's going around licking it all clean. That's an old one. Right. As you continue along, let's see. I tell you what, make a... Oh, what was yours? Make a Constitution saving throw, please. If you would be so kind. Oh, wow. Not even a 10. Right. You inadvertently activate your ability. You activate it right now.
Cool.
I want you to roll another d20, please, because I'll explain something before you do. Because this is... You understand this kind of now. This is raw arcana that has been condensed into this powder. And you have been eating it, which is why it's triggered this ability that you now have. But you don't yet know how to control it fully. So I want you to roll a d20, and you will potentially lose control of this on a 9 or less.
Let's do
You
this.
will... Right, go on. Oh, wow. Right, so... As you are licking this away and you activate your power, there is this... Everyone around you that sees you, you instantly glow this incredible blue color. And it's really bright for the moment, and it dies down until you are... you almost have an aura of blue for maybe 30 seconds or so, and then it disappears, but the blue remains. Your skin is blue and not green. Of all of the wild magic surges, that quite possibly was one of the most benign. That was a wild
He's different
magic
now.
surge.
Kill him.
Grub, friend! How are you no longer a goblin?
What happened?
I licked the powder, and behold, I am changed.
Brother, I understand that you are a good chef, but we've all eaten dust before. I don't think we can pin it on that, okay?
Well, there is only one way to find out. Fugugg, please taste some dust.
I'll sort of I'll have my short swords ready. I'll have got back up, and you know that noise cats make when they see other cats that they don't like?
Yes.
I'll be sort of making that in the background as I'm looking at Grub.
Okay.
And then hearing the command from Glasgow, I will look to Bugwug first of all. I'll just look straight at you.
I would just interject and say, I understand, mighty Booyarg, that we perhaps want to examine this further, but were we not also concerned with destroying these foul elves and burning their house to the ground?
This is true. You raise fine points. And I'll make a point of, fold arms, deliberating and stay silent for just a few seconds.
Perhaps we should not ignore the strange powder. Or look at my new skin. It
Silence,
surely holds some
non-goblin!
power.
You have no voice here, non-goblin.
I circle Grub, just looking at his skin, like weirded out a little. And I just prod him to see if he's still him.
I think if we cut off this layer of skin, the new one will grow back blue.
Maybe.
But again, we need to burn this house down. I don't know why we're still deliberating this.
Are we even still in the house?
Yes, are we still in the cellar?
Yes.
So basically, we just had a massive trip.
That's certainly a way to interpret what you saw. Yes, absolutely. You had a shared trip.
We had a shared trip.
A shared trip.
Tago brings up a fair point. Although it looks the same, we could be somewhere different.
You mean there may be elves upstairs?
There may be
Yes.
more elves.
Let's find out, shall we? Pig Wiggles! And I'll swing the staff over my head just towards the stairs. Charge! And I'll start up the stairs.
I will follow.
I go into a full sprint. I want to get up them stairs.
I'll follow. As I'm going, I'm gonna just take a little finger scoop of the ground and just start tasting it as well.
It's
just in case.
It tingles. That's a nice
Put it on your
tingle.
gums.
Would Fugugg do? Yeah, quite possibly. Make a wisdom saving throw, please, to see if you can resist the urge to just keep tasting. Right. Oh no. That's really good stuff. You definitely could do with some more.
Like we said, we are creatures of impulse and indulgence. Let's do it.
Okay, so you also sweep it into a big pile, at least something, and you just grab a hold of it and you just straight in. I'm not even going to roll a Constitution saving throw this one. This is just going to surge this one. So Nilwug.
Yes.
Where were you on the escape vector up the stairs? Were you hanging back, or?
I was gonna try and grab those other two potions, the other green and the other red one.
Right. Okay. So you head on over to there. So that's where you were kind of going to be when this sort of happens.
Yeah.
Bug, you were sprinting up the said stairs. Blasbo, you were heading up. Were you like charged, and you've made a point of not leading from the front. So I'm going to say that you're down there also. Tago, where would you be in amongst all of this mess?
I'm slowly following. I'm not following as fast as them. I'm cautiously following Blasbo.
Right. Okay. Grub. Your now new blue self.
I'm a little disheartened that I have been shunned by my brethren, and I kind of don't know what to do. I'm a bit taken aback. We've always been a tight knit family, and suddenly I'm shunned for the color of my skin. So I guess I'm like, nah, screw these guys. I'm gonna go and find the source of the powder.
Okay. Right, so the only one that is not downstairs during this time, then I will say, is Fugugg. You are halfway up the stairs. You are cresting the corner. The rest of you are either staying behind or wedging yourselves in the doorway at the bottom of the stairs. So we are going to roll. Let's see what other weird stuff. So you will activate your ability and okay, awesome. You feel this weird a tingle in your hands. It's kind of warm. This tingle in your hands. It's cool. Do you know, I couldn't have planned this perfectly myself. The dice gods have spoken.
I'm gonna touch my face.
Oh, it feels nice and warm. It's your hands feel amazingly warm.
Okay. I'll follow everybody else, and I'll just.
Well, I mean,
like. Sorry, go on.
well, when you say follow, only Fugugg has gone up the stairs. The rest are sort of milling about down here.
Yeah, well, I'll be going up the stairs with Fugugg. I've been sort of follow along everyone, and then as I was picking up, stop behind to take the big mouthful,
Right, okay.
touch my face a little bit, and then realise that Fugugg's going up the stairs, and I'll sort of run after him.
Right. In Fugugg's haste to get up the stairs, he has knocked the door, which has closed it partially. You know, it's just like halfway. It's not closed or anything like that. And you just reach your hand out to push it open as you go past, and the second that your hand touches that wood, it just the door just bursts into flames.
Okay, I will laugh giddily, jump up and down excitedly, and start running around and touching all the walls.
Everything that you touch that is flammable bursts into flames. Absolutely everything. The any sort of papers and things that were loose around here. Stone, not so much, but as you do touch a stone, it's just flame, and then it sort of dies down, and there is a perfect scorch mark of your goblin hand on the wall. Everybody that's down there, can you make a perception check, please? Oh, wow. Lovely. Right. As you are doing your own bits and pieces, and then as the sudden display of pyrotechnics is brought to light. Oh, God. Wasted on use. Right. Nilwug, you see that everywhere that Fugugg has touched, the powder has kind of ignited a little bit and is slowly being burned, but it's not a light. It's not like a fire burn. It's kind of melt. It's slowly melting, I suppose would be the better way of doing it. It is producing heat, and it is slowly working its way across the floor. This dust-covered floor that is covering absolutely everything. It is just working its way across the floor. And when you first notice it, you thought, no, I must be just imagining it, or it's not real or something. And then as it progresses, there's like a streak of it, and that does produce a flash, and the streak goes for about maybe 2 foot, as the rest of it still sort of creeps its way over. And the original pile that Fugugg made to pull into his mouth, when it reaches that pile, which won't take long because it's right next to where he was, the build-up of the residue around there, it ignites and it sparks up and it lights this entire room with a cascade of different colors. And it's almost like thermite, you know, that bright thermite burn. It's exactly like that. but pretty green, and then it just goes, and then as it sort of evaporates, you can see that it has created a crater in the ground.
I think I have enough wisdom to realize what will happen when it hits the rest of the big crates of the powder.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna, as quickly as I can, grab those 2 potions, stuff them into my pants, and then run up to Grub and start shoving them and go like, go, go, go!
But brother, the magical powder. And yeah, start sprinting through the flames.
Sprint past Blasbo and Tago, shouting run.
Well, we were sprinting up the stairs because we thought we're charging off to kill elves.
Yep. Well, your charge has become a hasty retreat at this point. You rocket up the stairs. Bugwug, you must have done something amazing because they're following you. You are leading by example. This is a fantastic
born leader.
Dawn Tootin.
I'll be following everyone up the stairs now, but holding my arms out, touching both the walls as I'm running through, or as many things as I can touch.
You have such a sense of power. It is absolutely fabulous. If only you had this on the raids that you had been doing in the past.
My mind is to the future now.
So, you get on out to the main floor, right? Bugwug, you are in the lead. What are you doing?
Now, what could we possibly use to set this building on fire? Is the question. Because all of this other stuff is behind me. I do not see it. It does not exist.
There's still a lit candle up there.
There is lit candles.
Yes. As you pause briefly at the top of the just outside the top of the stairs, you are nudged in the back by Fugugg, and as you look at him, he's got this face of such ecstasy and glee and happiness. You've never seen it on his face before, ever. The sparks and stuff coming off his hands as he's touching things.
What's happening, brother?
I'm gonna just run up to the wall, put both hands on it, and turn and say, Fugugg, magic! Fugugg, booyah! And then I'm just gonna look to the stairs and squint my eyes, looking for Blasbo to show his face.
They all arrive one by one at the hasty sound of "Run!" by Nilwug. There is fire, and it's catching really well thanks to Fugugg. It's starting to get very hot in here, very, very hot. All of a sudden, and then you hear a boom, and it was a low sort of explosion, and the ground shakes. Kind of odd. Explosions normally are very loud and very energetic. This one wasn't so much. This is a preemptive explosion. Nilwug, Nilwug. You know that it's close. You know that it's close.
Straight for the door.
Right.
Time to go.
As soon as I see Blasbo, while any of this is happening, I want to, for the first time ever, stand up to my full height, not hunched over or crawling anymore. Walk up to Blasbo and block his path. And I'm going to reach out with my hand and push him. Not push him down, not like a push down the stairs, just like a little shove, but I'm also touching him.
Push him! Oh wow, that was harsh, Ellie. Wow.
No, shove him down, like just a little like push,
Right,
and then
okay.
I'm just gonna say, me booyah now.
We shall see.
Does his clothes ignite?
Nope.
Damn it!
No.
Okay.
That isn't being worn or carried, unfortunately. Shall I make it visible to you? Because now is about the time that it wears off.
Oh no!
Oh no, indeed. Right. Nilwug, you are gone. You are out that door, and just as you run out, you see a collection of guards just on the outside of this place. There is a I described it last time. There is a zone where there is no cover or anything like that around this house. On the very far edge of that zone, closer to the actual village buildings, there is a large cluster of guards heading this way.
Are they coming from the direction of the main gate?
Yeah, basically from that direction, yeah. There is a main central road that runs all the way through the town.
Well, the way we got in here was using the side of the wall and following that along on it.
Yes.
So that's the only way I know. I'm gonna follow that.
All right, so as you dart out and the rest of you, I'm assuming that you are all following.
As I dart out, I'm still wearing the cloak, I assume.
Yes, you never said that you were taking it off.
Yeah.
But you do know that they saw through your disguise last time. At least the two guards that are now dead saw through the disguise.
Yeah, but they're
Probably be trying to dart out the way we came from the other side.
Yeah, but you see, I didn't come from that side.
No.
I don't know there's an exit that side.
Right.
So
No.
I will stand and I will, in front of the wall, I will say in common, stand down, guardsman, it is me. I'm the elf that lived here. It's me. And I will try and pass myself off as the elf that lived there.
Feel free to, if I could give triple or quadruple disadvantage, that would be great. But so we'll just go with disadvantage in a deception.
Regular disadvantage on deception.
On deception. The DC is catastrophically high. It's like 25.
That's fine. I'll just get 2 nat 20s.
Yeah, go ahead. Go on. Show Jake how it's
See?
done.
Just like I
Okay.
said, 2 nat 20s.
So as you come out and say this, and just as you're about to scatter and you say this, more guards arrive from both sides. They have obviously surrounded the house. And as you have come down the stairs and you look, there is another explosion behind you. You're not facing it, but you can see the colour as it lights up the entire village and the faces that are all staring in your direction. This is an incredible aqua blue. Not all that dissimilar to Grub's colour at the moment. And all of these guards just look, and they go, what do we do? And they all look at each other. And then there's this one little one. He's obviously the youngest of the bunch. He probably shouldn't even be in the guards at the minute if he's that old, maybe by a day. And he just goes, "Run, you stupid sons of bitches!" And he just turns around and legs it. And the guards, needing no prompting from anyone else, just scatter. And it leaves the central road wide open for your escape. You can see the gate. And use bolt for it. Use absolutely... use run. And this, as you are running down the street, bear in mind it was raining beforehand, and the building now is on fire. Wonderful flames of different colours, and at the given moment, almost as if we foresaw it, you all jump and splash down into the ground as the building behind you explodes in a wonderful cacophony of colours and sounds. It's amazing, some of the sounds. You can hear groans and screams, and it's music to your goblin ears. It's absolutely fabulous. And you get up, you look behind at what is left of this burning house, sort of nod to each other, and continue your escape. And just think, 10 hours earlier, you were on the verge of a celebration. Ha! Right. You run. No one will stand in your way. Grub.
Yeah.
And Nilwug, because you saw this. Can I have investigation or arcana, whichever is the higher? Right. Nilwug. Based on what you saw with that little pile down there, that should have been much, much bigger. You don't think that this is finished quite yet. You don't think this is finished quite yet in a long, long way.
I think I'd just proceed to run even faster.
Right. Right, use run, use peg it. Tago, you've got are you high enough to get your extra movement yet? Shall we check? Let's check. So there you are, Tago. Let's see. Unarmored movement. Right. Your speed increases by 10 feet when you are not wearing armor or a shield. So yes, your speed actually is 40, not 30. Right, so there we go. You are actually having to slow down to keep in check with the rest. You don't have to. You can help Oliver and run for it. The choice is entirely up to you. What do you do?
I'm gonna run for it.
Right. Tago just leaves you all in her dust. Absolutely. There is a rumble. The ground begins to vibrate. There is a familiar compression wave coming that you've all felt in a very white place not that long ago. And you turn round and you see the house in its wonderful flames and sparkly, almost fireworks kind of effects that is going off. And then behind it goes very dark and black pitch. And it's as if all of the light is drawn into this dark area. And then right at the very center, just above the house, behind this darkness, there is a single white light that expands to encompass all of it. And then as it retracts, it gets so far, and then as it retracts, it bends everything towards it. It warps the buildings that are close to it. It warps the sky that you can see. The ground ridges up, and almost like the sea, waves heads towards it across the ground. The buildings wobble and shake. Some actually shake themselves apart and are drawn right to it. And as this white, whatever it is, condenses, it gets to a point of intense white light, lighting up the entire countryside for miles that you can see. All of a sudden, all of that energy is released in one massive wave of force. Poof! Could everyone please make a wisdom saving throw, please?
I can roll one. Don't know if I can make one.
Yeah, well, roll one. We'll see if you make it. Wow. You know, I really was joking about the first roll of the game earlier. Wow. Man, that's impressively bad. That really is terrible. Right.
What were you saying earlier about our luck and how long it's going to last?
Yes, I may have shot myself in the foot when I said that, but never mind.
How far away do you have to be from a nuke to survive? I can't quite remember.
I'm quite far away compared to everyone else.
You're at most
Kilometers
20
away.
foot ahead of us.
Well, depends. Is there a fridge we can put ourselves in, Indiana Jones style?
And jump in my cauldron.
Fugugg, you are the only one that remains conscious. Kind of fits, really, doesn't it? Right, you see everything that happens. And what you see is strange, confusing, and you just cannot make head nor tails of it. So much so that I can't even describe what you see. It is just bizarre, unnatural, unreal, but there is a single phrase that you almost catch out of it all. And all it says is, "Find me." And then the light disappears. Fades out, I should say. And you look around, everyone else is unconscious. And as you turn back round to look at the house, what you see is a crater. Where the village once stood, it once stood. That is the perfect way to say it. Where the village once stood. There it is. There it is. The crater, you think, may... Well, actually, it depends how far you're going to go and have a look. You are really quite close to it. Make a... Ooh. Give us an investigation check. See if you can figure this out. Wow! Nope. Right. You are now on the edge of a crater. It's only maybe 10 foot away from you. Everyone else is asleep, unconscious. Hell, they could be dead for all you know. It would make you the Booyag.
I'm gonna rub my hands together. I'm assuming they're not as warm anymore.
No. In fact, you get a bit over enthusiastic with it, and you actually start to give yourself sort of like Chinese burns on the hands. You're like, ah.
And I'm just gonna go and, as the saying goes, touch some grass. But just see if I can set anything on fire. Touch a tree.
You touch a tree. It's barky. It's rough.
And then I'll slink back down into my hunched over normal state, crawl along the ground, and I'll start one by one trying to wake everybody up.
Okay, who are you waking up first?
Bugwug first.
Bugwug, right, Bugwug. You... This is important because it's the goblins. How are you waking him up?
I'm just gonna just shake him.
Right, okay. Oh, you know what? I give you a green light to do anything there, and you were boring. Right.
Chopped his leg over it.
Mouth to mouth.
Right, Bugwug, you are rudely woken up, and the first thing you hear is in Absalom. Gotta write that down.
After hearing that as I am woken up, I will say, No, Fugugg, I am Bugwug. I understand the confusion. I stepped up.
I'm just gonna say straight away, looking at my hands and Fugugg, not magic. Fugugg, not Booyag.
Oh, no! Ooh. Oh, well. Seems like you can't be the leader now. Just like me. Ha ha ha! Oh, well.
I'll go over to Nilwug and I'll wake him up. And
As he's doing that, I'm gonna survey the other unconscious goblins, and I will approach the unconscious Blasbo, staring down at him, my hand upon the pommel of my blade. And then I will walk over to Tago and wake them up. I will shake them awake.
Okay. We'll come to that. So you went to wake up Nilwug first. Right. Just with a shake?
yeah.
Oh, that was...
Violent,
Oh, man.
violent shake.
Take two. Oh, God. Right. Nilwug, you are violently shaken awake.
Mouthful of dirt to spit it out. What happened?
I'll just point over at the crater. And I'll just... Village. There.
That's not a village.
No more.
Oh. I'll look around to make sure everyone else is here.
Yes, as you look around, you see everyone else unconscious except Bugwug, who was standing over the Booyog, fingering his pommel. No, that's not a euphemism. It's really not. It should be, though, because it's pretty good.
If you've got a pommel that needs fingered.
I'll stand up and go over to Grub and try and wake him up. Is he still blue?
Yep, absolutely
okay.
still blue.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm expecting you to just leave me.
I wasn't going to wake you up.
Right, we will come back to that one. So, Bugwug, you were waking up Tago next. How are you waking up Tago?
Yeah, I'll just shake them. I would otherwise, give the general goblin waking up of spitting on someone's eyes until they have to roll around to get it off and wake up. But it's raining, so that won't work.
No,
So
well, it stopped raining. It has stopped raining.
Spit on them. I'll spit on them really hard then.
Okay.
Like a splash of water to wake someone up.
Right, okay. So you stand over and you get that helmet going. Tago, you haven't been woken up like this since your mother goblin did in the crib. It brings back these weird sort of memories. They're kind of pleasant. And then you wake up and see Bugwug standing over you doing the same. Make an intelligence check, please. Oh, this is going to be good. This is to determine to see if you. Oh no, you don't. Okay, this was to determine to see whether you misinterpret Bugwug's attempt at waking you up as a potential sign of affection and potential courtship. But you're fairly sure it was just to wake you up.
Thank you.
Tago, quickly arise. The Booyog is unconscious, our beloved leader, as we both well know. I believe that you should be the one who does the honor of waking them from their slumber.
Okay. I walk over to Blasbo and slap him to wake him up.
Right. He doesn't wake up.
I slap him again. I keep slapping him until he wakes up.
That's all right. He wakes up after the third. You've always known him to be a heavy sleeper. You are awoken
Just 20 more minutes, please, Tago.
No. Everyone else is up. We need our leader. Good. Fugugg.
Yeah, get smack way.
I'll take the staff.
No. Ah. Yes, it is me, isn't it? Ah!
Right, as you are wrestling, trying to get Blasbo up. Nilwog, I'm sorry I missed you out. So Nilwog, you go over to Grub. How are you going to wake Grub up?
I'm gonna inquisitively start poking his skin in different places.
Okay. Right, where are you starting?
With the face.
Okay. I mean, it feels like skin. It kind of looks like skin, even though it's blue. And it's kind of strange because he's got kind of like freckles going down the side of one of his one of his necks, as if he has two, down the side of his neck. And they also are blue, but they are slightly darker. So, everything is in tone and contrast.
I'll give it a pinch and a pull on his cheek.
Okay. Grub, you wake up with a pain on your cheek.
A little startled, I guess. I will flail my arms out. Unhand me!
This blue
I was
thing's
kind of-
certainly acting like him.
I'll just squat and stare at him for a second.
Have I ever realised my skin's turned blue?
Yes, you can see your hands and your nose and things like that. It's like getting a tattoo on a very visible place. It's you notice it, and you will continue to notice it until you stop noticing it. It's just one of them things.
Just say, it is still me, brother. What?
I'm gonna reach into my pants and pull out one of the green glowing potions. Hold it on, and be like, green potion might make your skin green.
It does stand to reason.
Yes, it's profoundly logical. There is no way at all it could be a vial of xenomorph blood or anything like that.
I mean, I can take the potion and give it a sniff and try and determine what it is first.
By all means, you can. Make you are proficient with.
I'll make it easy for you. I'll just cast identify.
Right. Okay. Which you have called.
I think that, sir.
Right. Okay. As you cast it, you think that's a portion of gaseous form is what you think that is.
I'll say I don't think that is going to return the beautiful green hue to my skin. In fact, quite the opposite. It will turn me into a fart.
That sounds good.
Will you drink it?
I don't want to be a fart.
Well, I'm going to tap him, and with my artifice tinkering, I'm going to make him smell like a fart.
It's a noticeable improvement.
Yeah, there you go. Well, now you are. See? Still me. Try the soup. I promise it's the same. I am me, my soup, here.
I'll use my hands to scoop some into my mouth.
totally fine.
It tastes wonderful.
Hmm.
See? Good soup.
I'll snatch my potion back. And not
Do
say
you
anything
trust
else.
me, brother? Hmm? No?
I'll give you a sly eye and just go back to the group.
I'll waddle after you. Stick to the outside.
Okay, so you are all awake. Is the wrestling match continuing between Tago and Blasbo, or it's have you resolved that?
I'm not giving up the staff.
Are you awake now?
Yes, damn you.
Fine, then I will not slap you any furthermore. Until next time.
Really hurt.
Well, you needed to wake up. What did you expect? You are the Booyag. Lead.
Make an intelligence check,
fine.
please. Blasbo. Blasbo. Intelligence check, please. Well, Tago does have a point, but hell, you're the Booyag. You are allowed 20 extra minutes if you want 20 extra minutes. You're the Booyag, but she does have a point.
When's the last time you slapped Smegweg like that?
Smegweg wakes up.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Not anymore.
What?
I just give finger guns to Bugwug.
Please, somebody turn that into a meme. When was the last time you slapped Smegweg?
And then I realise what I said and just go, that was too far. Even for you.
Maybe we should have tried that before we left the burrow.
Oh God, do you think he was still alive? Oh well.
We're not now.
Probably not indeed. Nevertheless, and I'll sort of stretch up and stand up to my full height. I dare say our first act of vengeance was a success. Behold, the town and the elves are no more.
Absolutely. As you survey the scene, who made the intelligence check last time? It was Fugugg, wasn't it? So everybody except Fugugg make an investigation. Sorry, investigation check as you survey this crater. Oh, who rolled a natural 20? It was Blasbo. Wow. Tago, Blasbo. Right, okay. Blasbo, this definitely occurs to you. As you are looking at this crater, based on the distance where you knew the house was, and how wide this crater is, yous should have been destroyed by this. There's absolutely no getting around it. This is a crater. Yes, craters are generally round. Yes, this one definitely is not. This is oval. It looks like, but the far end of it, the other side of it that you can see, is round. It looks like it was stopped prematurely before it got to you. Tago, you get this as well. You two, Nilwug. Grub. There's something up with that soup. Something has happened to that soup. It tastes wonderful.
Tastes better than before somehow. Oh, why? The powder, perhaps.
Fugugg, you are still fingering your pommel. Now that you are not necessarily talking to each other, and your minds sort of calm a little bit, and you have a slight moment of self-reflection and congratulations as to what you have just accomplished. Even by accident, it's still a victory. You feel a familiar pull, all in the same direction, one that you have felt when you were in that white place, wherever that was. There it is. It's pulling you to the north.
Is it, looking at everybody else, is it clear that we've all had the same sort of feeling?
Yeah, do all of our heads turn to look in that direction at once, or?
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. Yous all look there, and then yous all almost look at each other, and it is just an understanding that you all immediately have. You know that you all feel it. Not that you actually know it, is just yous have been with each other for so long, and you sort of recognize the look on each other's face. You just know.
Same as in the white void, I'm just gonna start walking.
I think we all have the same idea, brothers. Let's do it again. Let's take off for it.
Okay. So, we will have our little break right now, and we will be back. So stay tuned for part 2.